the Star of Mosman on the Sydney Harbour in Sydney in the 1920s. Did you know there was once a huge amphitheatre on Balmoral? Not only that, but it may have been built as a viewing platform to watch Jesus walk on water. Constructed in the 1920s, the amphitheatre was an open-air temple that stood 3 stories high, with the stage towering 70 feet above the beach. There was also an inbuilt library, meeting halls, meditation rooms and tea rooms. A construction on the Sydney Harbour. Back in the 20s, it's now gone, and it was called the Star Amphitheatre. So let's get into it. Welcome, Cambell here from Autodidactic Channel. Hope you're having a fantastic day. And of course, autodidactic means to be self-educated, and that's what we do here. We look at history mainly, and we ask questions. Is this story true? We put it up against the evidence we can find and use our minds, right? And today we are going to look at the Star Amphitheatre. The Star was quite a marvel, seating 2,000 people and with standing room for another 1,000. It was built by Mary Roke, a retired doctor who bought 3 adjacent blocks of land with a loan of £4,000 and some fundraising. An urban legend says that there was no shortage of audiences interested in spiritualism in the 1920s in Australia, and particularly in Sydney. One urban legend around the amphitheatre says that it was built for the second coming of Jesus Christ. Specifically, it was to be used as a viewing platform to watch him walk across the water between the Sydney heads. Some claim that many tickets were sold to gullible people who wanted a prime position for the grand price of around £100. And a prime position it was, described as having the best view from Balmoral Beach of the north head of Sydney Harbour. Little brass plaques were installed in the seats to mark the purchases for the big event, and it's rumoured that the cost of these seats contributed to Mary Roke's fundraising for the building costs of the amphitheatre. Mary was said to be associated with the Order of the Star in the East, which to me kind of sounds like Eastern Star. This was an international organisation based in India from 1911 to 1927. It was established in order to prepare the world for the arrival of a messianic entity. So another version of the building's history is that the amphitheatre was designed to introduce this new world teacher who was to use it to preach to an audience. Unfortunately, the chosen teacher, Jiddu Krishnamurti, rejected the messianic role and only spoke at the Star on one occasion. One myth says that Krishnamurti met a girl on the ship on his way to Australia and got married soon after, starting his life with her instead. In 1931, the Star Amphitheatre was sold to entrepreneur George Bishop, where it was used for live performances such as vaudeville and even hosted a mini golf course. Walter Kingsley, one of the well-known stars of the amphitheatre, was a charismatic and impressive baritone who starred in many productions. He was said to be friendly to the locals and possibly even a relative of the owner. Audiences came specifically to see Walter, who was said to know how to involve the audience and make their experience a magical one, especially for the kids. After Bishop's reign, the amphitheatre was then sold to the Catholic Church in 1936. When it fell into such a state of disrepair, it was later demolished in 1951. Before suburbanisation won yet again, the amphitheatre was replaced by the Stancliffe Flats, a large block of 30 residences made of red brick. So there you go. Now, there is not a lot of information on this. It's called the Star Amphitheatre, Mosman Park or Balmoral. I've checked the archives in Australia and Sydney, and nothing. I've checked glass plate negatives, not many photos. The photos that you can see here are the only ones that I could find. So, two different stories of why it was built. And the question is, was it built or was it found? A 2,000-seat amphitheatre hewn into the rock cliff, they say. Definitely Greco-Romano styling, old world, very old world looking, very large. And yeah, so was this found or was this built? Was this already here, part of the last civilization? Because, as I said, there's not much on it. There's definitely not many photos, and there is definitely nothing about the construction. I do have an article that I found, and it gave me the name of the architect and the builder, and I searched them, and there was nothing that I could find anywhere, even in the archives, about these people. So again, it's one of these buildings. They give us a story and a narrative, but when you look into it, there's not really much to it. They're not really telling us how it was built, who built it, and there's definitely no evidence of it being built. So there you go, the start of Mosman. So thank you for spending some time with me. Hope you enjoyed that one. Please give me a like, subscribe, share this around if you find it interesting. Of course, if you would like to support this channel, you'll find links below. And have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.
Remember, in the end, nobody wins unless everybody wins. Come on!